stasera? Non è arrivato per fare il cinema stasera.
Allora, siete pronti per il filmato del media meeting?
Ci sono le diapositive. Il computer è pronto. I filmati ci sono?
Togliamo la luce allora.
Le diapositive. Il computer è pronto.
All the European manufacturers are very anxious about the evolution of the agricultural tractor. One team in Europe has clear ideas about the matter. Let's follow these men. Here, 2 years ago, began the story of an ambitious program for a new family of high-range tractors. Drawing tables were soon cluttered with new ideas. Meanwhile, Giugiaro was preparing a life-size polystyrene model of a completely new tractor. The cab frame was subjected to impact test. The target for noise levels was less than 80 decibels. The whole operator's compartment was given 5,000 hours of functional simulation, while the first experimental tractors started operating in the field as soon as new mechanical groups and electronic devices were ready. In 2 years, 15 engines in different configurations were bench tested, in parallel with endurance tests on 2 generations of new transmissions, up to refined electromagnetic tests on the electronic controls. The prototype assembly shop was following all this technical development, updating by night what designers and engineers were testing and improving during the day. At long last, 2 tractors were completed, tested and released. They are ready today for presentation to our sales network. To show the main technical content, we'll discuss 1. The new engine family, 6 cylinders, Series 1000. 2. The new transmission family, 6 speeds, 40 kilometers an hour with various options. 3. The electronic rear lift with radar control. 4. The electronic package for the SBA system, automatic disengagement of 4-wheel drive and diff lock. 5. The performance monitor package. 6. The operator's compartment and Giugiaro's new styling. The modularity of hoods and cab generates 3 different models. Same, Lamborghini, Hürlimann. Let's talk about the engine family. The introduction of the new Series 1000 engines led to a rationalization and standardization of our engine family. This turns to our advantage in many respects, from manufacturing to spare parts. The new family has many versions, from 4 cylinders turbo to 6 cylinders naturally aspirated, turbocharged, turbo intercooler and resonant.
Con i nuovi motori 6 cilindri della serie 1000.
With the new 6-cylinder engines of the Series 1000, the Same group reaches 180 horsepower, that is, a specific power of 30 horsepower per litre. This is the highest value we've obtained up to this time. To reach this target and achieve still greater reliability, our engineers had to redesign certain basic components of our air-cooled engines, such as the cylinder heads, liners, and main case liner support. To redesign the cylinder heads, we called in a sophisticated computer program. The improved design involved reducing the temperature, a guarantee of better reliability and lifetime. Comparing performances with our current production, we clearly see better torque increase, a wider operating range, lower fuel consumption, increased power. In addition, our new engines are equipped with an electronic speed governor. This is the first application for agricultural engines worldwide. This electronic governor gives the following advantages. Rotation speed strictly constant. Engine more brilliant. Control easy and there's less fatigue. These buttons replace the current hand lever accelerator and let you select the engine speed you need in advance. As you can memorize the engine speed you selected, maneuvering at the end of each pass becomes more rapid and less tiring. Our production department is also deeply involved in the new project. Have you seen the huge investments in our Treviglio plant for manufacturing engine main cases? 3 flexible units for a total value of more than $2.5 million. Let's see the transmission family.
Sono tre le caratteristiche che mancano sulle trasmissioni della gamma medio-alta.
The high-range transmission family of today is lacking in three main features: synchronized inverter, 40 km an hour speed, and synchronized ranges. This new transmission family settles all these problems. In addition, there is another great novelty that places the DEUTZ-FAHR group on top yet again. The transmission has 6 speeds, which means improved maneuverability both in the field and on the road. This transmission is highly modular. The core is a 6-speed gearbox and the inverter, and you can add a mini reducer, either mechanical or a hydraulic, synchro power, and then either 2, 3 or 4 synchronized ranges and the ground speed power takeoff. The 4-speed rear power takeoff is standard on all models. As a result, the transmission can offer up to 48 forward and 48 reverse speeds, 6 speeds by 4 ranges plus synchro power. The speed range is extended from 0.2 to 40 km an hour. All customer requirements will be satisfied. You can immediately identify the transmission control lever because of its characteristic design, which includes the switch of the synchro power. The other two controls are the inverter lever and range lever. The transmission control system is new and designed to have a smooth, precise gear shift. The synchro power is similar to that used in the middle range, well known and much appreciated, but it's been reinforced for maximum reliability. The front and rear diff lock, as well as the four-wheel drive and the synchro power controls, are electro-hydraulically actuated. All the control valves are enclosed in a single steel block to improve reliability and facilitate maintenance operations. Once again, we meet the characteristic diff lock and four-wheel drive buttons on the right-hand console. There's a third push button for a new control. We'll talk about it in a minute. The 4-speed rear power takeoff is a standard feature in the new 110-130 HP, after the success this device enjoyed in the middle range. The 4-speed power takeoff is controlled by a lever on the left-hand side of the seat. The usual controls for the front and rear power takeoffs are on the right-hand console. Of course, also on these new tractors, we offer as standard the separate brakes valve, a DEUTZ-FAHR patent, for maximum comfort and performance in close turns. Let's have a look at the electronics. Apart from the electronic engine governor, we've perfected 3 electronic packages: the rear electronic lift, the SBA system, the performance monitor. Certain mysterious objects tell us there's novelty in the air. Let's begin by examining the electronic lift. In the electronic lift, there are electronic and electro-hydraulic parts that have replaced many of the mechanical parts. The implement is raised by a hydraulic cylinder, as it is today, but is controlled by 2 proportional electro-valves, which receive electrical impulses from the control unit. Through suitable transducers, the electronics feels the effort the implement is making, its position, and the slip of the wheels, so there's one control more than today. What's more, through the new console commands, certain functions can be controlled more accurately and repeatably. Implement lift, lowering speed, effort and position, raising limit, ploughing depth, and sensitivity. The electronic lift can also be controlled from the outside by means of 2 pairs of push buttons. But the important innovation is the wheel slip control. Let's see how it works. A magnetic transducer fitted on the gearbox reads the wheel speed. The microwave sensor, something like a radar, measures the tractor's speed over the ground. A comparison of the measurements gives a signal proportional to the slip. When effort is excessive and slipping exceeds a certain critical value, the electronics gradually raises the implement, and as soon as the slip comes within acceptable values, it takes the implement back to its original position. We did more than 1,500 hours in the open field to perfect the system and check its reliability. The results are excellent. With the radar, the electronic lift really does have an extra gear. Let's see the SBA system. The diff and four-wheel drive lock were generated by the fact that you need the four wheels to be rigidly connected in order to achieve maximum traction. While that is possible on the straight line, the kinematics of the vehicle do not allow it when turning or on the road. To free the operator from the inconvenient, repetitive task of commanding the locks, we have developed an original system we call the SPA. On their consoles, tractors fitted with the SPA have the two buttons for diff lock and four-wheel drive, plus a manual automatic control. When the button is released, the device is excluded, and the operator has full control of the differential and four-wheel drive, as on a conventional tractor. When the button is pressed, the SPA automatically takes control of the two functions according to the following basic logic. The four-wheel drive is always inserted in the field and unlocked on the road when the tractor does over 15 kilometers an hour. The differentials are always inserted on the straight line and are unlocked when the speed exceeds 15 kilometers an hour and in a tight turn if the angle of the wheels is greater than 20 degrees. Let's see what there is inside. The electronic unit is the brains of the system. It collects and processes the information it receives from the wheel speed transducer, from the turning angle sensor, a SAME patent, which is fitted on the front axle, and from the unilateral braking sensors during maneuvering at the end of the pass. The processed results of these signals control the electrovalves which insert the differentials in the four-wheel drive. This is done with a new multi-disc clutch system which gives smoother, more reliable control than the mechanical coupling on machines without the SPA. Let's ask someone who's tried it whether the SPA is useful and reliable. Since we've been testing tractors fitted with the SPA, there haven't been so many controls to manipulate at the end of the pass, and all the operators are very happy about that. It took a lot of effort for us to find the correct settings for all these transducers, but we've done more than 1,500 hours now, and we've given it out to people who had their doubts, and after they tried it, all they wanted was to have it straight away. The third package is the performance monitor. It's an onboard computer with 7 functions personalized to our specifications and to Giugiaro's design. The operator can understand and use the functions in the performance monitor instantly. The large display is liquid crystal and lights up for night viewing. The functions are selected by means of only 3 keys. At the top, a bar indicator measures the percentage slip of the wheels. By pressing the key in the middle, these values are selected in sequence. The real speed of the tractor to the 1/10 of a mile an hour. Engine speed. Power takeoff speed. By pressing the left-hand key, you select measurements of the total area worked in acres, effective working time with the implement lowered, hourly yield in acres. When the right-hand key is pressed, an hour counter shows the working time during which slipping exceeded the maximum admissible value, 25% for example. This measurement, a SAME group exclusive, gives us an indication of wear on the wheels during operation. Pressing the same key again, the event counter totals are displayed. The event counter is a button on the console which we brought in on the advice of some of our users. We used it to count the bales of hay and the rows watered. With all these packages, governor, electronic lift, SPA, performance monitor, we think we've given our tractors the best anyone could ask for today from electronics, and a little more, which only the SAME group could design. Let's now look at the operator's compartment. We wanted a brand new styling and personality for our high-range tractor family. That's why we completely redesigned the hoods, side panels and cab. Strict modularity has been introduced in order to clearly differentiate SAME, Lamborghini and Hürlimann according to their individual looks. The hood and side panels are completely zinc-coated. The openings in the engine compartment are not only smart. They've been designed for efficient air cooling and at the same time to comply with external noise regulations. Both exhaust muffler and air filter have been placed under the hood. We leave it up to you to appraise how much that improves the operator's visibility. The air filter on the turbo engines has been increased in size from 8 to 10 inches. The engine breathes more freely and the time between two cleaning operations is doubled. The front lift, which is now a must for our tractors, has been integrated in the front support and is so functional as to appear even beautiful. The rear lift control can be either electronic or mechanical. In the electronic version, the control from the ground consists of two buttons. In the mechanical version, a new hand lever has been designed. Now let's have a look at the cab from the outside. The new roof has a large peak to protect the operator from the sun. The round styling of the new mudguards has been designed to match the hood line. The windscreen and glass doors have a curved surface which reduces internal noise. Visibility of the operative field has been improved in every direction. Note the great width of the glass in the bottom front of the cab. Let's climb up the ladder, even the steps are new in design, and enter the cab. The operator's compartment has been designed to give more room around the driver. The control levers and instruments on the right-hand console are modular to cater for the many different options. The dashboard is new in design, but the instruments have conventional dials, easy to read through the spokes of the new steering wheel. The steering column is adjustable in length and tiltable to offer the maximum comfort for the driver. Most of the manual controls have been placed together on the right-hand side. In front, there are three transmission levers: inverter control, range control, speed control. This last lever includes the characteristic switch of the synchro power. Buttons and switches have replaced most of the mechanical controls and pedals, in line with our drive-by-wire philosophy. Look at them in the new console. They're used to operate the front power takeoff, the rear power takeoff, diff lock, SPA system, engine speed control. The rear lift control panel for both versions, electronic and mechanical, is interchangeable. At your fingertips on top of the console, you'll find the performance monitor. And beside it, the keys for radar ignition and the new event counter. In the central part of the console, you see the control levers for auxiliary hydraulic distributors, which are equipped with a safety locking device. A handy pocket has been fitted in the back. The control levers for both ground speed power takeoff and economic power takeoff are placed on the operator's left, together with the handbrake. The openings for warm or cool air are located around the dashboard and under the roof. The air conditioning system, with a delivery of more than 500 cubic meters an hour, can maintain the temperature inside the cab 20 degrees below the outside temperature. Even in torrid summertime, our drivers can work in fresh air. The coverings and linings have been carefully designed so as to achieve a target of less than 80 decibels of noise in the operator's ears. This is one of the final test recordings. The solid line on top is the noise perceived at different frequencies in the current cab. The dotted line below shows the values measured in the new cab. All over the range of audible frequencies, we are below 80 decibels. That may seem an easy thing to do, but it needed a long, sophisticated test program. Last but not least, let us mention the reversible version, which will be offered to the market in line with our strategy. This version has the same outside dimensions and the same operator compartment characteristics as the standard version. Let's come now to the sales configuration.
I nuovi modelli 110-130 cavalli.
The new 110 and 130 horsepower models will be offered to the market in the four-wheel drive version only. Different configurations have been scheduled for the 6 main market areas, with these configurations. The cab version will be available first, the platform version after a few months, the reversible version about 3 months later. Speeds of 30 kilometers an hour and 40 kilometers an hour are available for each version. This speed option, together with different kinds of transmissions, 2, 3 or 4 ranges by 6 speeds, will originate up to 12 transmission options. Following the marketing department's request, we've scheduled the official presentation date. November this year for Italy, then Germany, the UK and France in March next year. Now let's have a look at maintainability. The new tractor family has been designed to simplify and reduce operations for both daily and special maintenance. To access the air filter and battery, you simply remove the front panel on the right-hand side of the tractor. You can easily clean the air filter cartridge and check the battery level. All the maintenance points of the engine are located on the right-hand side. You can reach them by removing the rear panel of the engine cover, oil plug, oil cooler, injection pumps, speed governor. All these are within your reach. You can easily reach the clutch actuator on the left-hand side of the tractor without having to bend down. The hydraulic filters are located on the left-hand side of the vehicle. Then you can access and replace them from the bottom of the tractor. If your tractor needs special maintenance or repairs, by taking away the left-hand rear wheel, it's very easy to reach the hydraulic pumps. By taking away the right-hand rear wheel, you have easy access to the electro-hydraulic valves of the power takeoff, the synchro power, the four-wheel drive and diff lock, and also the levers of the gear selection controls. From the back of the tractor, you can adjust and remove the rear lift automatic control unit. After removing the rear lift control case, you can easily remove from the back of the tractor the power takeoff clutch package. In the event of very important repair operations, you can disassemble the complete transmission by sliding it out from the back of the tractor. After dismantling the engine from the tractor, you can replace the main clutch and inspect the sealing rings of the transmission input shafts. As you can see, all the operations for special maintenance and repair we've shown are performed without disassembling the operator's cab, and all of them can be done in any workshop without having to use a bridge crane. Let's have a summary now. We've discussed the main technical contents of this new family of tractors. 1. New engines, 6 cylinders, Series 1000. Power by technology. 2. A new transmission family, 6 speeds, 40 kilometers an hour, with several options. 3. The electronic rear lift with radar control. 4. The electronic package for the SBA, the first integral traction system for agriculture. Traction by technology. 5. The performance monitor, a true onboard computer. 6. The new Giugiaro styling, conceived for Same, the certainty of strength. Lamborghini, the record breaker. Hüllemann, prestige. If we compare the new tractors with the current models, we can make the following summary. The same dimensions as the current models. More horsepower. Less weight. A power-weight ratio which is a record to demonstrate that we achieve supremacy through technology.
Chiediamo cosa ne pensa l'ingegner Hampel che ha appena provato il nuovo trattore.
Ein neuer Quantum Jump in der Tractor Construction.
Good. Are you satisfied?
Yes, very much so.
Da kann man nur sagen, das ist der Traktor für die Zukunft, ja?
Allora, cosa abbiamo di nuovo?
Devo dire che è fantastico, non ho problemi, non ho parole, magnifico, complimenti a tutti, i ragazzi sono stati bravissimi.